Hey guys, thanks for tuning into another video. This one's about all the Jedi and the end of the Rise of Skywalker. And so let's get right into this. I know a lot of people think this was some epic moment where all the Sith take on all the Jedi. Which, by the way, like, where do you go after that? They're going to make another movie after this. Where do you go? It's all the Sith versus all the Jedi. There's nowhere to go. In an epic lightning blast tug-of-war. But the more I thought about it, the worse it got. To the point where I feel like this tragedy of an ending needs to be delved into a little further. So let's break this scene down.
She will strike me down and pledge herself as a Sith.
So once again, we are getting basically the exact same Palpatine from Return of the Jedi, claiming Rey needs to strike him down and become a Sith, which is pretty much the same as...
I am defenseless. Take your weapon. Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
And then Ben Solo shows up and is surrounded by the knights we know nothing about, that he used to control, and they're now completely against him without a word. Which is a bit of a nitpick, but it's like, really, dude? Like, they've been nothing this entire trilogy other than, like, the original marketing for Force Awakens. And now I'm supposed to care that they're there and, like, oh, we're against Kylo now. It's like, it's so just... And then Ben does fairly well here. He's just using the Force and fighting them, which I thought was a really cool and different idea and would have been an opportunity to show Ben's power, which has been pretty pathetic throughout the trilogy. And one of the reasons he wasn't very believable as a threatening villain, because he's not really very powerful. He's very emotionally unstable, blah, 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 blah. But then he starts getting beat up so they can have this next nonsensical thing happen.
Do it! Make the sacrifice!
Why would you want to be creative and have Ben find a way out of it that doesn't involve just swinging a lightsaber? We can just lazily have him get a saber from the newest Jedi power, transporting physical objects through space. Yay! So it becomes less creative, less interesting. As soon as he got the saber, we all knew he was just going to mow them down. No tension. Plus, the ability to transfer actual objects through space means at any point when there's a real challenge, it's like, hey, just send that thing to whoever it is so they can win the day. It makes everything boring and lame, and it makes it lack tension and creativity in the writing. I mean, think about if Ben had to face the Knights of Ren and beat them without a lightsaber. Like, that would have been sick, bro. That would have been one of the few redeeming factors of the film. You'd look back and be like, oh my gosh, like Ben, like he did it, like he managed it. No. Rey sends him a saber through space, just teleports it, Marvel superhero style. I don't know. It's just so lame. And then, of course, Ben mops the floor with them. Yawn. And then Ben and Rey, whose unromance was the equivalent of stale bread. And begins the 30 seconds of Ben Solo. Oh, and by the way, it is canon that he turned from the dark side when Rey healed him. No, it wasn't Leia, nor was it Han, and their little moment they had on the Death Star remnants, which got evaporated. But anyways, it was Rey. Rey saved Luke and Ben and the galaxy and the Porgs and your mom.
Stand together. Die together.
And then all of a sudden, Palps goes from kill me to now I'm going to kill you guys for reasons we don't actually know. It's just because Ben showed up and he's been like a Darksider for like how long, but he's all of a sudden a Lightsider. So now all of a sudden it's like, there's no way I could turn them to the dark side and have them kill me. I have to kill them. It just doesn't make any sense.
The life force of your bond. A tired in the force.
And this is where it starts getting comically stupid. So the guy lifted 1,000 Star Destroyers out of the ground on Exegol with his withered hands and crusty self, but now he has the power he needed. What? If he was so weak and needed the dyad, how did he lift them? How did he lift 1,000 Star Destroyers out of the ground? Not even just lift them, like get through the crust of the planet. But now all of a sudden he needs their power? Like he should have been able to just shoo them away. It doesn't make any sense. So he sucks the life force, which again, why does he need it if he's powerful enough to lift 1,000 Star Destroyers? Why? How could Rey and Ben compete with that? It doesn't make any sense.
Look what you have made.
Yeah, look. You have a fresh set of clothes and all your fingers now. Ooh, wow. So much has changed.
As once I fell, so falls the last Skywalker.
So they then decide to get Ben out of the way. They had to get him out of the way because he can't be involved in destroying Palpatine, right? From a writing standpoint, because it has to be Rey. Rey. We certainly don't want a Skywalker being part of the defeating of the Emperor, so fly away, Ben Solo, fly away. And then because the Emperor got some new clothes and his finger's back, he can now shoot even bigger lightning that can take out entire fleets. And apparently Ben and Rey's life force was so strong it made Palpatine a god, but they were too weak to resist him sucking said power. And so like their ability and their power and their life force was so strong, but they were too weak to resist him sucking that same power. Doesn't make any sense. Plus, if Palpatine was weak and needed their power, shouldn't they have been able to easily resist him sucking it? But he was powerful enough to lift the ships, so he was powerful, but wasn't powerful, but was. Nothing in this scene makes any sense.
Be with me.
These are your final steps, Rey. Rise and take them.
Rey,
Rey.
bring back the balance, Rey, as I did.
So all the Jedi start talking to Rey while they're like, Ben's in trouble, but who cares? It's all about Rey. And like, they're very cordial, you know, they don't interrupt each other. They wait, and it's very good. But yeah, like they just like start talking to Rey while Ben's like literally been thrown down a cliff. But who cares about Ben? We'll use him later to make Rey. Don't worry about him. Oh my gosh.
The night, find the light, Rey.
You're not alone, Rey. Alone? Never have you been. Every Jedi who ever lived lives in you.
What? Every Jedi lives in Rey? Why didn't they live in Anakin or Luke or Ben? What?
The heart of a Jedi lies her strength.
Rise.
Rey, the Force will be with you. Always.
And then it's like, okay, she wasn't dead. She was fully awake. She was just going to lie there forever? Why didn't Palpatine just electrocute her into oblivion while she lied there? Oh, I know why. Because that would be what a cold, calculating villain would actually do. And Rey has 20-inch thick plot armor. Anyway, it's just... So she gets up because she hears voices of the Jedi. Otherwise, she would have just stayed lying on the floor, I guess. So Rey can block new Mega Lightning. Mace Windu struggled to block normal lightning, but yes, she has all the Jedi in her. Why didn't the Jedi help Mace Windu and just evaporate the Emperor then?
I am all the Sith.
Why did they wait till Rey? Why did they wait till the New Order? Why did they wait until more people died and planets got destroyed? Why didn't they just all help Mace Windu just evaporate the Emperor? No, because Rey.
And I... and all the Jedi.
And then it's like, wait. Palps is all the Sith now? He became all the Sith because he sucked the dyad power? So like the dyad was like Sith power then? What? They were both good. Or was this a cheap line they thought would be super catchy along with Rey saying she's all the Jedi? That's probably what it is. So then they had to try to explain how Rey is all the Jedi. And the best they could come up with was Rey hearing voices of the Jedi. Plus, what does that even mean, all the Sith? Why didn't all the Sith save Palpatine from being killed by Anakin? Like, they never explain any of that. It just is so nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. And it honestly feels like a schoolyard argument. My dad can beat up your dad. Yeah, well, my dad can beat up all the dads because I'm all the dads. I'm all the Sith. Yeah, well, I'm all the Jedi. And then the kids smash their action figures together until one of them breaks their fingers and there's blood. Also, Rey's she's not only blocking Super Electro, she also finds and brings the second saber to herself at the same time. It's just like, this crazy power, even though she was never really trained. No, nothing makes sense. And now I'm like, wait, so all the Jedi is really about having two lightsabers? Lightsabers are the big issue here? What is this? Luke was like, you'll take both sabers to Exegol because I talked to the other dead Jedi and they all said if you have two sabers instead of one, then we can flow through you. See, that's why they never helped Mace Windu, because he only had one. That was a big mistake, Mace. You should have had two lightsabers. That was what you needed to get the other Jedi to care about you and actually, you know, stop you from dying and defeating the Emperor. Silly, silly Mace. And this is where you're like, hey, Palps, maybe stop shooting the lightning, but she's just shooting it back at you and melting your face. No, he just keeps giving her. Basically kills himself. All he had to do was stop and sick the 25,000 Sith Eternal that were just watching onto Rey. That's all he had to do. Sith, come! Jump on her. It's like 25,000 people just jumping on you. I guess he really wanted to die. I don't know. This is so stupid. And then for reasons we don't know, blocking Palpatine's Mega Lightning and melting him makes her die. It made Rey die. Oh, wait, we find out she needs to die. We find out why in a sec here. Okay, just wait, it's not over yet. Can't have Ben die without saving Rey. Had to save him so he could save her because his goodness has to be all about devotion to Kathleen Kennedy. I mean Rey, not Kathleen Kennedy, Rey. And how did he know how to heal her to bring her back from the dead or whatever? How did he know how to do that? Who knows? As long as all the Skywalkers are dead and Rey lives, nothing else matters. So that's it. They faced Palpatine with all the Jedi, so all the Skywalkers could die. Awesome, eh? Oh, don't worry. After Rey steals the Falcon and Luke's childhood home, she decides to steal the name too, so everything is good. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Please check out any of my other content about Star Wars and other things as well. And have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day.